side chat time. So, conversation came up. This comes up a lot, where someone is trying to do. They have a high level practice. They have affluent type customers. They're trying to impress the heck out of them. They really have their nuts and bolts down, and what they do, they're really good at. But that's not translating over. So, what they're telling me is like, Ginger, I need better clients. Bingo. You do need better clients, but you need a better process. So, um, clients will choose their level of service, and there's a certain need of urgency. So, if you give them a big treatment plan or a big proposal, and they don't accept it because they were in this situation where they need to get resolved and you put them off for so long, they've lost that urgency. So we use that urgency to convert them, to get them in and to carry the weight. It's called commitment and consistency. It's a principle from Robert Cialdini and his book Influence. When you get someone to do a small thing, they're more likely to do a bigger thing. So if somebody calls you with a small problem, but they have bigger needs, and you can see that, we the answer to the yes is yes, we can get you in, and yes, we're going to get you taken forward. We start with that. We address that small problem. We get the conversation started, but at the same time, we use the scripting, and this is only if it's true, with honest and integrity. Please do not misuse this and be a slime ball, because if so, delete, stop right now. This is not for you. These are people that need this stuff. So we get them through and they say, well, why I was in there, I also know X, Y, and Z, and I'd like to take a deeper look because I'm concerned it's going to be catch you by surprise again, or you're going to get yourself in a situation that you just don't want to get into, and it can lead to bigger consequences and costs down the line, and it's about your health. So let's get you scheduled for the next thing. If you're bringing people in for the big thing and then say, well, we'll negotiate it or we'll figure out the rest later, they're overwhelmed. Just like you're overwhelmed and say, hey, we got to fix everything in your practice first, and then I'll go and address that one little problem you have. That's not what you're about. You've got that little problem, and then if you need more help, that's my job to point that out. Or if I find something that's going to help you do that. So, like for instance, and I came from the world dentistry for many many years. There's people out there that advocate that people come in for two diagnostic appointments, not together, and they're two long appointments. And these people come in and they get this thorough workup and said, you're just going to impress the hell out of them. Well, you did something the hell out of them. You pissed the hell out of them, because they're like, I came in for this and I didn't even get something. They got diagnostic. They got a trouble list, and they're like, I just needed this done. And so if we had brought them in for a minimum level, I call it the minimal barrier. If we get them in through the door where we can impress them, we can meet them, we can talk to them to let them feel comfortable with us, then we earn the permission to go on with the bigger things. It's not we're ignoring it, it's the way we present it. We don't want to overwhelm them. And then if I tell them I'm so busy, I can't see you for 3 months, that tells me my condition is not important. And also, I've lost the urgency. Whatever motivated me at that moment, it might still be there, but the emotional urgency, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I got to go do this. I'm going to look for somebody else who can see me sooner. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Or it's going to die down and I'm not going to think it's that important because life has happened and something else is going to get to me. So, part of our solution is to get from the time they contact you to that first appointment, get something in, something minimal, something to talk to them about, something you can do, something to set the stage and start impressing them and building that relationship. And then we've earned the permission to go on to the bigger thing, and ask them to come back for the bigger visit, for the more detailed visit, and get them going. Because here's the deal too. When you say I'm not getting great clients, you don't know that. You don't know that at all, because they might be perfect client, but they've been alienated. And if it is that person that says, I just want the bare minimum, then you didn't invest so much. You didn't put them out so long, and you've got someone who's got at least a good experience. Now, they might be no right now, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be a no in 6 months or a year. So it starts that relationship and gets it. So your job is to minimize the time between yes to get me in, and to see me, to start that conversation, to get something done. We find some reason to get them in, get them some relief, get them some comfort, get them some information, whatever we need to do. so we can go on to the next one. So we can, depending on what type of practice you have, that might be virtually, it might where you need to see the person uh, physically to do that first visit, and then you could go on. Sometimes people say, I'm coming in special, I want to make sure we block out the whole day, everything like that. That happens. I'm not talking about exceptions, I'm talking the generalities. When you hear hoofs, it's not a zebra, it's a horse. So this is to get the majority of people through, and you will find you will have an easier time with people accepting treatment. You'll have a better follow-up service. You have less no-shows. That's the other thing. They schedule, but they have no intention because they found someone else, and it just shortens that thing up. These things will start to make you jump. Hey, I've got a resource on blocking schedules and sequencing these types of appointments. If you want it, just reach out to me um, through here. Just send me a direct message or put it in the comments down below so we can see it, and we'll just send it out to you. We'll send it. We'll message it back to you. It's my gift for you sitting here and listening and investing in your practice and your patients and your clients. And so it's yours if you want it. So, hey, this is Ginger signing off.